These men are part of the eastern bloc of the FARC. It's the Colombian rebels' strongest military faction. A dozen of their commanders agreed to an exclusive interview with Al Jazeera. Many haven't seen each other for more than a decade, but have gathered at this camp to define a strategy for peace.
We are absolutely convinced that this is the opportunity to finally end the Colombian conflict once and for all and be able to express freely our political ideas without having to kill each other.
The FARC and the Colombian government have been negotiating for 3 years. Recently, there's been a major breakthrough, a deal on justice that avoids traditional prison sentences in exchange for truth and reparations. Peace negotiator Rubén Zamora was sent back from Havana to update the rebels. You've been accused of many crimes: kidnapping, planting landmines, bombing, profiting from drug trafficking. Are you serious about telling the truth and taking responsibility?
There have been situations that weren't planned, that went beyond our will due to the circumstances of war, but weren't premeditated. And that's exactly why we signed this justice deal. We're ready to accept our full responsibility. We are the most interested in making sure the full truth of the conflict is known.
But most Colombians would still like to see FARC leaders behind bars.
That would be a way to encourage war, and we can't continue doing that. It would be impossible to achieve peace. What Colombia needs is education. We need to impose a culture of peace and reconciliation.
Recently, the rebels started doing just that, taking steps to compensate their victims. But they also insist that peace will not mean the end of the FARC.
We are professional revolutionaries until the triumph of the revolution. What we are going to do is end the armed conflict and convert it into a political party.
It might not be easy to convince skeptical Colombians about their worth, but the alternative is more years of war. What's clear, though, is that while they might have been weakened, the rebels feel far from defeated. Alessandro Rampietti, Al Jazeera, in the jungles of eastern Colombia.